Oh yeah. Y'all know what time it is. Oh yeah. It is I, the realist. King SKORCH, baby. I'm back in the building. It's time to turn it up. Game day, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Got a great show for you today. Let's switch it up for y'all. I see you, Bloodshot. I see you, Bloodshot. So look here. Look here, look here, look here. Look here, look here, look here. Oh, how's everybody doing this evening, this morning? First and foremost, can I get a quick moment of silence for Young Dolph, the Memphis rapper who was fatally slain, shot, murdered earlier this week? Hearts and prayers go out to Mr. Young Dolph. He was a real one, Slim. Real talk. Oh, man. Secondly, I'd like to send a special shout out and a retraction and a fix. Mr. Bloodshot Sports. Hey, y'all make sure y'all check out Bloodshot Sports. That's one of my real ones right there. Y'all make sure y'all go check him out. Fantastic YouTube content creator who's always looked out for your man, your king, right? Also, I'd like y'all to make sure y'all check out Pro Football Demon. Get at him. Funny dude. He's got some great content. I want y'all to make sure y'all check him out too. Pro Football Demon. Okay? And last but not least, Astonishing Mr. Football. These content creators are some of the best, in my opinion, and they are definitely on my list of go-tos to watch and check out. There's some others, and we'll get to them maybe in another show. Speaking of shows, I got a great show for you today. We're going to try to keep it short and simple because I'm going to try to do a back-to-back doubleheader. This one's titled The Trap Game, because that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is a trap game. If y'all don't know what a trap game is, this is where everybody thinks because of what happened last week is going to happen this week or should happen this week. It's a trap. So if you're trying to put some bread down, some change, some monies or whatnot, y'all make sure y'all hold fast. Listen to the show. Listen to the show before you make that final bet. You heard? Make sure y'all listen to the show because this is a trap game right here. So if we go back to last week real quick on that Tampa Bay game, I hear a lot of people saying, oh, it was a great game, this and this and that. Hey, man, y'all need to understand something. We got lucky, okay? Y'all show me a game where TB has thrown 2 interceptions in the first quarter, okay? Y'all show me a game where he's done that. Exactly. So when I say trap game, to me, that's what this is. Last week, to me, was a luck game. They being the Washington team, played at the top level, right? They played at a top level because Tampa Bay played down to the competition they were playing at. I mean, 2 interceptions in the same quarter from the go? All right. Y'all call that great schematic defense. Y'all call that what y'all want. I call it luck. I call that luck. So let's get to this game. I told y'all last week in my other 2 videos, if you looked at them, I want y'all to make sure y'all go back and check those videos where I said, if you haven't seen them, where I said Cam Newton will be starting this game. I said this back, okay? Before the first game that he played, I said he was going to be starting this game. So let's check that off, okay? How much will he play? Well, I knew this then. I'm going to tell y'all now. I expect him to play most, if not all, of the red zone snaps, especially goal line, okay? I expect PJ Walker, we got his name now, y'all. PJ Walker, who actually played a great game last week, he's going to be playing what I would like to say in between the 21s, because here we only shout out the 2-1. Rest in peace, Sean T. Right? Inside the 21s, I expect PJ Walker to be running most of those, depending on the scenario. Third and long, third and long, third and shorts, fourth and shorts if they come to it, depending on where they're at. I expect Carolina to actually give it to Cam so he can, Superman, you know what I'm saying? I expect him to pull it out today. I expect him to actually pull out the Superman, especially in the red zone. You say, well, is he going to get it? Is he going to be throwing the ball? We'll get to that in a little bit later. Things that I'm telling you will happen. You can mark them down. So I told you last week Cam's going to be starting. That's a fact. Christian McCaffrey will be in this game. That's a fact. DJ Moore. You're going to have Ronnie's going to be, like I said, this team offensively is going to be ready to go. Ready to go. And if you look at them defensively, I think they're going to be fired up. Big time fired up. So when you look at where they're going to be, if you looked at any of the pregame stuff, the stuff happening in between the week, Cam was talking a lot about bringing the fan base back. So I want y'all to understand something. Cam has been talking, and it sounds like he's either been looking at my videos or heard somebody. Because if y'all remember, my last video, I'm back. I don't know if y'all saw Cam's touchdown last week. If you didn't, go back and check it. First time he scored, what did he say? I'm back. I gave y'all a little clip last video about actually having Cam calling the king out. The king is back. And yes, indeed, the king is back. He's back, y'all. Oh, yeah, the king is back. So, once again, Cam was trying to bring the fan base back. He says they don't look the same. He says, I don't know how much energy they had while I was gone. I'm just telling y'all, I'm expecting all of them to come back. And if you haven't seen it, he gave out 50 free tickets to those who didn't see a game or haven't been to a game. He wants that energy up high. Well, if you remember, I was saying the exact same thing, bringing the fan base back. I want y'all to also notice something else. When we were watching last week, I was looking at a lot of Carolina stuff because I wanted to see the feel. I wanted to gain an edge on our enemy, if you will. That's another thing. If y'all haven't checked out Facts Only Sports, this is another good guy, Big Country. He's actually a Cowgirl fan. However, he does spit facts, and he actually has put your boy on some game. I will say that in terms of putting out content. He has a specific section of his show where he says, know thy enemy. Well, on this channel, we're going to peep the op. You understand? And right now, that's what the king has been doing pretty much for the last 2 weeks. I've been peeping the ops. And the op right now is actually Cam. Cam is the op. And he's been talking all week about getting the fan base back, bringing the energy back up. And that's exactly what I wanted to do with this fan base. Bring it back. Bring it up. He says he wants to take control of the home field advantage there in I think it's Bank of America Stadium. I've been talking about the same thing. Bringing the energy back to this team. Bringing the energy back to this fan base. So if you listen and look on certain things that I've been saying, we've been saying pretty much the same thing on different sides of the aisle. Right? Right. So, with all of that being said, y'all make sure y'all check out the energy of that stadium when they come out of that tunnel. When they got the drums pounding and all that. Yes, Ron's going back home. I want y'all to also notice something. If you listen to Ron's press conferences, Ron would not really give the praise to Cam that others did. So for me, it was more along the lines of, hold on, what? You don't see me on? So, excuse me, y'all. So for me, it's more along the lines of, if you don't have your fan base in check, they might not show up. Well, I noticed that Ron was saying some slights. He was slighting Cam. And if you listen to Cam's press conferences, he actually didn't mention Ron's name at all. There's a lot of tension going in there. If you listen to some of my videos in the past, I said the same thing. Peep the op. Peep the opposition right there. If Cam's not mentioning Ron's name and Ron is sliding Cam amongst others, Chase, he slided. Montez, he slided. And we'll get on that too. We will definitely get on that in terms of his own team. He's sliding Cam. He's not giving Cam that prop. I think that's going to fuel that whole side. I really do. And I hope y'all hear this, because for me, that's important. That's what they call it, bulletin board. That's bulletin board material right there. And if you're up on bulletin board material, that's sometimes all you need. You don't need too much more, right? Right. So, with all that being said, does he get a pass this week? I'm talking about Cam. Does Cam get a pass this week? No. Cam's going to actually do a lot of RPO action. I don't expect Cam to throw for 300 yards. I really don't. However, our defense has not had the opportunity to go one against a dual threat quarterback and or a dual tandem quarterback system. I think that's going to give us all kinds of problems. So mark that down on your bulletin boards as one of the keys. You heard it here first. Our team will struggle against a dual tandem quarterbacking system, because Mr. PJ, he can actually throw. Cam, like I said, he's still learning the system. However, his RPO game, if you saw it last week in his last game, is still on point. These are little keys that I want you to look at. Yeah, you hear everybody talking about, well, they got the number 2 defense or number 3 defense, the top defense, and this and this and that, and they struggle in the red zone and all. Listen, forget all of that. Forget all of that. What you want to look at is, how does Cam handle the pressure of running the offense when he's out there? PJ's going to be fine. Trust me. Christian McCaffrey, I expect to run for at least 100 yards. And I'm not big on Christian McCaffrey. I just think that they're going to get him in space, and he's going to make mincemeat. He's going to embarrass a lot of people on our defense. I don't think we have the speed to handle or keep up with Christian McCaffrey. With all of that being said, I actually look for our defense to come out and look pedestrian. This RPO action. If they're going to be so aggressive, caving in because we don't have Chase, we don't have Montez, look for those young outside ends to be biting a lot on that RPO. Oh, yeah, you know, and then I'm right over the top of you. Look for that. That's going to be key. How does Terry match up with Stephon? I see clamps. I see clamps coming up. Especially if those linebackers and edge rushers for Carolina get in, forget about it. Yes, Taylor will be running. He will be running. But I look for Cam to also be running. So my point is I look for Carolina to actually have at least 150, if not more, rushing yards. Look for that. Passing, we'll see. We really will. I just think that the running game will open up play action, and that's really what's going to kill this team. On our side, I would say Taylor, I'm still not sold. Y'all can be sold all you want to. The last game, okay. Y'all do it if you want to. For me, I'm not sold. I look for this Carolina defense to get after him. I look for him to be running. I look for our offensive line to struggle. So these are keys for me that I'm looking for. You'll see tomorrow or later on today. You'll let me know. And then on this end, we're going to get out on this edge right here. If you've got a team that you think is up on the up and coming, or they're going to make moves towards, actually turning their season around in this game, for me, I look at Carolina as that team. I think what happened with Washington last week, although a great game, on their part for winning what? Their third game? Okay, fine, so be it. For me, it was fluke. That's why I call this a trap game. Because everyone is expecting them to do what they did last week against a lesser team. When I'm trying to tell you, I actually think the dual tandem quarterbacks will cause problems. I haven't heard anybody say that. I've heard people say certain things. Oh, I don't expect Cam to do this, throw for 300. I don't expect PJ to throw. PJ's going to throw in this. Hey, I expect us to be having turnover after turnover. I expect us to look sloppy. Okay? I really do. I really do. I'm saying us being the Washington football team to look sloppy. You're going to be like, what in the... That's who they really are. Do I see a blowout coming? No, I don't. I don't. Do I see people putting up big points? No, I really don't. I think both teams will be able to move the ball in sporadic points, in which case I think it will be the team that executes in the red zone. In terms of kicking, I like Sly. I've actually heard he's one of the top kickers actually in the over the last week. So in terms of making all of his kicks, so I look for him to actually be one of the brighter spots on the team. Other than that, I'm not sold on it. I'm really not, and we'll see. Like I said, the guru will see. So once again, I'm gonna try and actually make a real legitimate second video on the coordinators and what I think they're actually going to have to do in order to actually get this win. I appreciate y'all's time. Y'all really make sure that y'all get at me and keep up with me because I'm coming back with actually way more content, more videos, more content. King Scorch, the realist, WFT football guru in these digital streets. Yeah? Yeah. We'll be back in, let's say 2 or 2, right? Let's say 22. We'll be back.